Okay, real quick. I noticed in the podcasting office, the kitchenette, you have little cheese and cracker packets.
We do.
Yeah. What's up with that?
If you want cheese and crackers, they're in packets.
It's like, you can't, those are for like 6 and 7-year-olds, man, at elementary. So you take them to recess.
This podcast studio has busy CEOs jetting in, and they might not have time for lunch.
So you offer them cheese and crackers, little plastic packet?
They can dip it in. They can have fun. If they get it on their suit, we'll help them clean their suit. It's fine.
Just quieten down, baby.
Per capita export value.
Library! Minister, are you embarrassed by your behavior today?
There's a lot of bleeding hearts around.
Do you have the fortitude or the gonads to stand up and come across here and say that to me, you son of a bitch?
Just watch me.
He certainly went too far, Mr. Speaker, when I saw him stick his tongue out.
Contemptuous disregard.
More than a slab of bacon talking here.
The disappointment you also feel is my responsibility.
I lost my temper.
What is the nature of your thoughts?
The word was F-A-R-T.
Well, yeehaw, partner. This is Canadian Politics is Boring. My name is Jesse Harley, and with me is the always slippery when wet Reese Waters. Hello, howdy. How you doing, Reese?
I'm highly lubricated by the moisture on my body. Hi.
That's a disturbing image.
Well, I was just building on what you said.
Yeah, I know. I should realize my mistake too late going into this.
Yeah.
How you doing? You look sweaty.
It's a very warm day, and I'm very sweaty. And yeah, I'm hot and sweaty.
Hot and sweaty. The
Just
Reese Water story.
As I was designed to be, I think, this time of year. So,
as God made you.
Yeah.
How should we make this human?
I've got some
hot and sweaty.
I've got some amazing news.
All right.
We had a delightful listener visiting Halifax deliver some blueberry scones to the office.
That sounds amazing. I wasn't around. Did you eat them all?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, we did. But they were delicious. She made them in her Airbnb and delivered them to the office.
How did you know they weren't going to be poisoned?
Well, I ate one, and then I waited an hour, and I was still alive. And
that's when you determined you'd eat the rest of them.
And then I took them home and shared them with my kids as well.
Okay, so like one of them could have been poisoned in the batch.
Yeah,
just
exactly. She was really nice. It was really nice of her. And also, she gave us an even better gift. So she loves the idea
gift
of us.
Love?
No, the gift of a hand puppet.
What?
So you know the Fun Liberals.
What the fuck is that?
So describe it. What is it?
What the fuck is that?
What is it?
Reese just reached under the table and grabbed. I'm gonna have to move this mic so I can see. Grabbed this hand puppet of a raccoon in a silver glittery trash can, and it's amazing. It's incredible.
So
I think it's a raccoon or a badger.
Her idea was this is now our campaign manager for the Fun Liberals, or a political strategist.
Oh, that's perfect. What's its name?
The name is Dump Stomach Butterpants, PhD.
What's he got a PhD in?
Political strategy.
Dumpster McButterpants?
Dumpster McButterpants is our
McButterpants
is our new campaign manager.
Buttered pants.
What's that, Mr. Butterpants? I'm not going to kill him yet. No. Okay. He's just whispering in my ear. He said he likes you already. so yeah, there we go.
That's
so that was cool.
Amazing.
So thank you to the amazing listener. I'm not saying their name in case they don't want me to say their name, but you know who you are because you're the only one who baked us blueberry scones
that weren't poisoned.
That weren't poisoned, and it delivered a wonderful raccoon called. So now we have one of the preeminent political strategists in Canada behind us,
Mr. McButterpants.
No,
what's his first name?
Hang on, I forgot already. It was on my phone.
Totally McButterpants.
Dumpster McButterpants.
Dumpster McButterpants.
Well, he's a trash panda, so.
Yeah.
So, quick STD zone.
All right.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm working. There's a lot of work going on. I'm writing scripts, which is good. I'm trying to write every single day, which is what like all the big time writers, they say like, procrastination just finds you when you're a writer for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but all writers who are serious about the craft say the exact same thing. It's the hardest thing to get started. So once you're started, don't fucking stop. And no matter what you have to do. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll just write for half an hour every single day, just, throw something on the page just to say that I wrote that day. And I've been doing it for like a week, and it's been working, which is kind of cool.
Just forcing it, relentlessly forcing it, even if it's shit.
Even if it's shit, doesn't matter.
Just did something.
Just mark down. I wrote. Today.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's above average.
Well, I mean,
I'm
nice.
good. I've had more bear drama. Massive bear scat in the middle of my driveway full of berries. Knocked the bin over 2 nights in a row. I posted.
Hold on. How did you know the bear scat was full of berries?
Because it had seeds in it. It was like an oat bar.
But you did you sift through the shit?
I picked it up with a dog poo bag.
And then
pulled
it apart and
based on
examined the insides
and
of it?
if you look at the shit, based on the
why would you look
based
at
on the
shit?
size of the shit and the diameter of that bear's anus is a big bear. I'm no expert in. I don't know if that's how they measure bears.
You're no expert, but you damn well know the diameter of bears' anuses
in relation to their overall height and weight. Yeah,
you don't, Jesse?
Yeah, exactly. I learned that off a Canadian. I thought that was what all Canadians knew. So, anyway, we got to get onto this topic because
all right, I'm excited.
This topic is.
You told me it's insane.
It's yeah. So the name of this episode is The Fruit Machine.
Hold on, now, wait. I feel like you can do a better job of the title. Can we? The
name of this office.
Can we add some a little musical sting to this?
Well, not right now, but I can later.
Okay.
This episode is called. The Fruit Machine. There we go.
Okay.
So
that was impressive. All right.
You may or may not be aware that fruit is a derogatory term.
Yes, I mean it was. I don't think it's been used in a very long time.
In the 50s, it was like a derogatory term for people who were homosexual,
right,
or non-straight, I guess. Mm-hmm. Anyone who wasn't. They didn't really have a spectrum, I guess. Back then, it was It was like either you're straight or you're something that I don't care about,
right?
And that was a term that was used. So this episode the Fruit Machine was a device, and that was the name given to it by the Canadian government.
Okay, what?
I know.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
So, do you want me to just get into it?
Yes. All right. I'm excited. Tell me about this. Tell me about this idea. This show. The what is it? The Fruit Machine.
1961. It was the height of the Cold War, and the Canadian government's top priority was to invent a machine that could devise whether someone was gay.
Fuck right off.
No.
This is Canadian?
The Canadian government.
What year was this?
1961.
What the? You're shitting me. This can't be fucking real.
This is real.
The Canadian government in 1961 tried to devise a machine to determine whether or not someone was gay.
Yes. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Apart from, obviously just the horrible attitudes of the time. So the prevailing view was that homosexuals suffered from a character weakness that could make them disloyal and easy to manipulate. So the idea being that they would succumb to communism, influence from communist spies, and that they were somehow less inclined to stand up and be free and strong and all the other bullshit.
Wow.
So the Canadian government was terrified that if someone was a civil servant or a spy and they were secretly gay, then they could easily be turned by the communists.
That's amazing.
And therefore, they needed to design the perfect machine for working out who is gay and who isn't.
That's
a gaydar. If I may.
They give out a certain amount of gadiation.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Canadian government was trying to compile a list of as many gay people who worked for the government as possible, and just gay people in general.
Were they
keeping tabs on them?
Oh, okay. So not doing anything, right?
Yeah, but it would be trying to track. Trying to discover, track, and spy on all the gay people was expensive and time-consuming.
I mean, I gotta hear more about this machine, man.
I'm going to get to it. I'll get to it now. So they turned to the Carleton University's psychology department, and they approached a professor called Frank Robert Wake. And
good old Frank.
not good old
Frank.
And they said, we need you to come up with an easier method of determining somebody's sexual orientation using psychology magic. I don't know. I don't understand it. Just do it. Here's some money. And they gave him the equivalent of about $40,000 in today's money to go, here's some little seed money to get you started on.
I'm going to take a guess at the first iteration of this machine, how it worked.
No.
Okay. So like it's a big gun.
Right.
Okay. It's a large gun, but with like dildos for ammo. Okay. And you want to determine if someone's gay. You point the gun at someone and you fire a dildo at them. And if they dodge it, they're not gay. If they try to catch it, anywhere close to where I'm going?
You've accidentally invented an amazing riot control device. Because if you just fired dildos at a crowd of people or protesters, especially if you lube them up first, nobody wants to be hit by a lube dildo.
I mean, not everybody, maybe, but like saying, like, you know,
hit me again. So he's always protesting. Anyway, so they paid him $50,000 in today's Canadian money, and
how much is that?
$40,000 in today's money. So $5,000 then is about $40,000 today.
Oh, so they paid him $40,000 in today's money.
Yes.
Wow, that is not a lot of money to create a machine that determines.
It's just some seed money to start his research on. This was the research.
Oh, just the research.
This was like, hey,
not to build.
Just go and see what's going on out there. So he looked south of the border where the most advanced technology in gay detection was going in the 1960s.
Where was this?
America.
And what was this advanced technology?
I know it wasn't. So basically, there was a marketing firm that strapped cameras to people's heads to measure pupil dilation while they walked around a grocery store to see which product packaging interested them the most. And
what?
So Wake was like,
so hold on, no.
So he was like, well,
I'm sorry, no, I got to stop you right there. No, we gotta talk about that for a second. So this is 1961.
Yeah.
And there was a marketing campaign
there's a marketing firm doing research
on measuring pupil dilation
walking around the grocery
as people walked around the grocery store looking at things. Now, do you now know how fucking big cameras were back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have needed some kind of like car alongside to carry it.
Right? Like it's,
and it would have to be plugged into the mains.
Unless either film or video, either way, they were huge.
Yeah.
Right. And like, did they strap them to their fucking heads?
Apparently.
And turn them around into their faces and then ask them to go and look at stuff?
If I'm no expert
like, how the fuck did they do that?
I'm no expert on the process of research or scientific investigation, but I don't think it would be an accurate representation of little Jimmy walking through the grocery store normally, just skipping along looking to spend his allowance on bubblegum and moon pie versus Jimmy bent over, dragging his head across the floor from the weight of two 1960s cameras, one in each eye, and the power supply plugged into the mains power outlet.
Mommy, can we go home now? Another 10 minutes, Jimmy, and then you get your treat. No, Mommy,
my back hurts.
Stop complaining about a sore back, Jimmy. You're 6.
Exactly. So, based on that, Wake came up with.
It just keeps getting better.
Wake came up with the fruit machine. So you started to imagine what
I love that he
that was the official code name.
You're fucking kidding me.
It wasn't called
back then.
It had a more scientific name, but that's what everyone just called it.
Oh, so that wasn't the official name.
Okay,
like back then, was fruit? Was it known as a derogatory?
Yes, it was.
I think
it was probably the main derogatory term.
So, oh wow, so they literally. Okay, fuck, that's...
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
right. So, I mean, I guess go big or go home, right? Like fucking, They know what they're doing. Might as well not try to hide it.
So apparently the whole thing looked like something out of science fiction once he built it. And it looked like, like those films where people get abducted by aliens and then they wake up and they're in a chair and there's all this stuff around them. So
you have a photo? Can you show me?
I have a photo of part of it, but it's being contested. It's actually in a museum, in a Canadian government museum, labeled as the fruit machine still. Okay. Without any kind of context.
All right.
That's kind of the box, but this isn't the full setup. This is just part of the measuring tool, which is kind of like dials.
Yeah, it's a boring box with dials on it and little meters. That's boring.
But the full setup was, it was essentially you'd be asked a series of questions and shown a series of images. But while you were asked those questions and shown those images, you'd be in a chair that resembled some kind of dentist's office chair.
Mm-hmm.
And within
I know where this is going.
And within that, there were lots of like cables running from it, things measuring pulse rate, skin reflexes, breathing rate, and also the papillary response in your eyes. And what would happen is they would then flash, they would go, right, we're just going to show you some images. And they would flash images in your eyes and then measure your response. So they would be like normal stuff. It would be like...
So hold on, wait. Let me guess. So it's like a lie detector, essentially, but they're looking for pupil dilation and pulse. And they just show you random images like
bike,
just
house,
bike,
orange,
house, shiny cock. Just like...
No. But this is the funny thing is, apparently they would start showing you like softcore porn. Like images of pornography. And every once in a while they'd flash like a carnival strongman or... But it just blows my mind is like, because they would literally like, this would be, you'd be sat at your desk working in the Canadian civil service and they come, hey, we just need to do a little test on you. It's just a little internal project we're working on. And you go, okay. And they sit you in the chair and go, is everything okay? No, it's fine. Just sit there. We're just going to show you some images. And then you're led there and they like flash in pornography and things in your eyes. And then you go home and you sit at the dinner table and they're like, how was your day in work? I think I looked at porn, but I didn't want to. They kind of made me look at like, and they put me in this chair and like. Anyway,
what if it was like? It would be really funny if it backfired and it started turning people gay. Not that that's how it works, but it'd just be really funny.
Well, hopefully it happened to the people who built it and used it.
Right, yeah.
They were like warming up the machine in the morning and they actually started to like it. That would be a good irony. So anyway, so
this is insane.
I know. So
what happened to the people that they decided were gay?
I found something on the actual science of it, and it says that pupil dilation. It's true that pupil dilation indicates arousal or interest, but the test failed to take into account the fact that pupils also react to light. So if you show a bright image and a dark image, your eyes dilate.
Wow, this person seems to be really turned on by everything.
So
that puppy, that carpet, the drapes, a toy man.
Exactly.
Like, wow, these guys just... All right. Do we have a term for people who are sexualized by literally everything they see?
Or variations in the brightness of an image. Like, you really like those gloomy images. Somebody does it with the lights off. So it's like...
so did not know how eyes worked. Like
exactly. So
did they think that pupils dilated only when they were sexually turned on?
No, they did know that, and they invested more time and money in trying to go, what's the difference between light and dark reaction versus sexual attraction or arousal?
Did they actually find a difference?
No.
Oh, because that would have been interesting.
Because the reactions are like
just from a scientific point of view, that would have been fascinating.
But they're fractions of a millimeter.
I mean, like
literally fractions of a millimeter.
Couldn't they create like a crossover of like pupil dilation with pulse rate and sweat
chub,
on the skin and a chub. I mean, like that's my God. Why didn't they just fucking put a camera on it?
Way easier,
right?
I could have done that for cheaper.
Just measure the fucking pulse on their dicks,
exactly.
Right,
yeah.
And like
I'm just gonna put this heart monitor on your dick
and then show you a bunch of random images of boats. What's this for? Communism. It's for communism. We want to see if you're a communist.
We will literally do anything to stop communism, even this. So tens and tens of thousands of dollars and more money went into it and testing it for a whole year. So like another $80,000 for another year. And it never worked. It was abandoned. And it also...
How many people did they test?
Like hundreds of civil servants. And apparently I saw one number saying that 400 people lost their jobs because of it, because they were like, hey, or that there were hundreds who were either fired or demoted from positions in the military or the civil service. And
because of who they determined to be gay.
Yes.
They
were
just fired them.
Fired them or demoted them, yeah, because they were like,
wow.
Because that's what the machine was for.
I thought the machine was literally for keeping track of, because they didn't want those particular people in the government.
Yeah, because they could then be influenced.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm full circle now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
wow.
So, and so even though it was cancelled in the end because it was too not exact, but they still didn't get those people. Still didn't let those people have these jobs back.
So hold on. Wait. They fired these. So this machine at the time determined, in quotes, that of these like several hundred people, a certain segment of them were gay.
Yeah.
They then took that as fact and fired these people.
Yes.
What changed their mind that the machine was no longer working and never was?
I don't know, but they decided to abandon the project. And then they didn't ring those people up and go, good news. We've decided that machine didn't work and this was all a pointless exercise. You can have your job back. They were too proud.
Right.
However,
there's more. Oh my God.
The RCMP kept files on all those people and followed them for decades afterwards.
Why?
Because they were suspected of being gay, and
even though they decided the machine didn't work,
no, they still tracked them just the old-fashioned spying way.
Oh my God!
So,
well, like, I mean, if anything, I'd guess they'd want to track them for like getting revenge on the Canadian government for firing them unjustly.
And there are people like there are sociology professors, there are like activists who have been trying to get an apology from the government and from Carleton University for it. And nothing. I don't think anything's happened or anything's been apologized yet. Just to say, hey, maybe just say sorry just apologize to people because you did. So yeah, that was the fruit machine.
That's unbelievable, and amazing. And I kind of want to sit in it. I just want to
we just want to watch some free porn.
I just want to watch some, I mean, like
interspersed with images of boats and cars, pineapples.
Right? Like,
I would have liked to have had been part of that shopper experiment.
Dragging your head along the floor, trying your best to strain your neck to see products above you. I think that's a bushel of bananas up there. Oh, I'm getting a chubby.
It is amazing. Exactly. We don't know either. Somebody's messing with the lights or he's really turned on. We don't know which one it is yet. So yeah,
that's why people turn off the lights when they have sex. It's the only way to turn them on.
Exactly. Yeah, they flick the lights on and off until they achieve climax.
Raves used to be so messy.
Yeah. Exactly. I find it interesting though that like with this kind of stuff, all these like you hear about all these weird psychological experiments from the 60s and 70s. I just can't believe it's so funny that it wasn't funny to the people involved, but looking back now, how hilariously stupid and misinformed the Canadian government was. It makes me wonder, what are we doing today, or what is the government doing today that will be looked back on in 50 years and go, what were they doing?
I mean, I think we've covered a lot of it.
Exactly.
I wonder if they disassembled the fruit machine, or if it's still like in pristine, maybe dusty condition somewhere in a warehouse in a box, like in Indiana Jones. You know, it's just a giant warehouse full of crates of stuff that they don't want us
secrets.
to see.
Secret things that are in Canada's warehouse of forbidden top secret stuff include the fruit machine, Bigfoot's corpse after a night out with Jason Kenney.
Right.
What other things would be in there? The ghost of Mackenzie King in a bottle.
Oh, I like that. Like a genie.
Like a genie. They
Okay.
they captured his ghost.
Right.
After he tried to take over a baby like Ghostbusters 2 to run the country again.
Yeah.
That's why you can't find any paintings of him anymore. So,
call to action. I've got an idea for this. Let's make a little contest for our listeners, okay? For all you drawers and artists out there. Drawers and artists out there. Draw us a photo of a picture, a caricature, anything you want, a drawing of either the fruit machine in action or a dildo firing gun.
For crowd control.
For crowd control. And the best one will put onto a t-shirt and then give you that t-shirt.
Everybody loves a drawing contest. I came third in a drawing contest when I was 5.
Seriously?
I was on TV.
Oh, that's awesome.
Got an award.
So just email it to us at Canadian Politics.
Really dark story.
Hold on. Email that drawing to CanadianPoliticsIsBoring@gmail.com. And now tell us that dark story, Reese.
Well, the TV presenter who gave me the award when I was 5 turned out to be a horrific pedophile and is in prison.
God. What?
So
what did he make you draw?
Nothing. I drew myself. I was in Mallorca in Spain on holiday and I drew a picture of it.
Draw yourself, Reese. No, without clothes. Is it?
The TV presenter was Rolf Harris, who's a famous painter and TV presenter.
I thought you were going to say he was a famous pedophile.
He is what he is, yeah.
He was
famous for other things before.
Oh, okay.
They realized he was.
And then he became famous for being a pedophile.
Yeah, just
okay.
that.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Right.
I met him twice as a kid.
Jesus.
Both times
he liked
in public
you.
settings, so I was safe.
We should really stop talking about this. Anyway, thank you so much, dear listener, for sticking us in your ear holes, both of them all snug in there. We've had quite a lovely advertising run, and due to that, we've seen some new listeners come in. So thank you, new listeners. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming in. What do we got coming up next week?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Actually, we've got a bunch of speak pipes we're going to play next week.
Oh, sweet.
So
right.
listeners.
That's right. Yeah,
which is nice. So
which is very nice. We've got some wonderful speak pipes and some wonderful messages. And that's it. That's it for today.
I tell you what,
you got some. Okay.
We were going to do the legendary We were going to do the legendary Mary 2 acts early this week, and we didn't. I did the fruit machine because I found it. I was like, I need to talk about this now.
It was very funny. I'm glad you did.
We'll do the legendary Mary 2 acts early next week.
Okay. So if you want to hear that, make sure to subscribe on whatever podcast player you're on so you get notified that we're playing, and welcome in.
Welcome new listeners. And also don't forget, if you really like us so much, you can become a patron too.
I mean, this is a lot of call to actions. Let's just focus on the drawing. Draw a thing.
Subscribe.
Draw a thing for a t-shirt. There you go. Draw a thing for a t-shirt. That's easy to remember.
While
do that
subscribing
and giving
us Patreon money.
Don't even wait for this to end. Just throw your phone across the room and run and grab some crayons.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's fine. So anyway, I guess that's it. I ran out of stuff to say.
Yeah,
We've said a lot of things. Done.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak.
We're
for
coming up to
week.
half an hour. I think that's the perfect amount of time for any episode of anything. So we'll end the episode
in 3, 2, 1,
end.
Bye.